All right, finally back. I've been messing around with the zoom because I went back and I've been watching a lot of my videos, and my camera just keeps like focusing on the background instead of this. So I put it I took the auto zoom off. So I gotta kind of make sure I kind of stay in the same space now and not move things around and try and make sure it's different for each one. Um, what I did off camera in the last week, which wasn't much because I had a bunch of other stuff going on, was last week when I applied this texture to the ground, I just did a wash of um, Agrax Earth shade over it, maybe a little Nuln Oil, kind of mix in there, so you get a little bit of the shadows and things. So what I want to do today is just mix up a little bit of glue and water and get some grass and stuff thrown on there. I'm not going to put lots. I'm just putting a drop of wood glue, and I'm going to mix that with some water and take an old brush and mix this up. Now, that might be too watery. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little more glue, just a tiny bit. Now, this is how I've been basing a lot of my stuff. I'm probably doing it different than everyone else. And someone else scream at me saying I'm doing it wrong. But the grass I want to use is kind of a mix of static grass with some army painter grass green, like flocking stuff. So just getting this really mixed up really good here. And that should be fine. Now, when it comes to getting this on here, I'm just going to kind of brush it on. I'll get extra off later. Just brushing it in there. Flooded. Now, let me see how this looks. So, then what I do is I have, get that clean. Before that dries, I have an old like tub that I use. And this way, let me clip the miniature off. I catch kind of some of the old stuff, and I don't lose or waste as much. And so I'm going to take some of the static grass, and I don't have a static applier because to me it's, I don't know, not going to matter as much. But I'm just kind of sprinkling it on there. I'll get it off his feet in a second, but then shake it. Now this other grass, how is this open? Oh my god. Have I ever opened? Oh yeah, duh. So I'm going to take some of this and sprinkle this in there too. This stuff's a little not as, this is going to add different kind of quality to it. Again, it's blood bowl, so I want to eventually paint some white lines in there. So I'm going to, same brush, I'm just going to kind of take this and just kind of soak in what I had in certain spots. And I can pick up some of that extra that fell and go from there. But I don't want it, I still want to see some of the mud beneath. I want to see some of that. So again, I'm going to pick up just what missed, re-drop that in, kind of give it a shake. Since it's static grass, it's going to stick to everything, which is kind of a good thing. And kind of give that a shake on there. which is going to give you, let's get rid of this now because it kind of blows out the picture. I keep getting messages. There we go. So there's that. Now, what I want, I'm going to kind of use with my finger just to kind of wipe off any of the extra that got on the edges there. Now when it dries, if it dries like it's going to dry if I'm missing anything, I can go back and add some stuff, but that's really what it's going to look like. It's not going to be much different. There's a bunch of extra stuck right here. You don't want that. So I'm just kind of scratching that off. And there. So now, I don't want to clip this back in yet. I do want to paint the thing black, so I just want to kind of look around. I think knuckle turned out pretty good. I might have to back the zoom up or back the focus out just a little bit. But I think all in all, that's pretty good. It's getting there. So let's use not a garbage brush, but just a regular brush to do the base. So just some Abaddon black straight out the pot. Being careful not to mess this up. A couple coats I'll probably need. Put my coffee. But this thing is almost done. I really don't think there's much more I want to add to it. I keep thinking about maybe pushing the highlights on the skin a little more, but it's not far off, so maybe I'll just kind of just pick it out a little bit here today. But for the most part, this thing's going to be done today. I may have, no, that looks okay under that foot. I'm going to kind of scrub off, though, anything on his foot. I'll let that dry for a minute. So, just to make sure, I kind of like, I don't know if you can see, but there's some bits that are sticking up. That's kind of what you want. But there's some on his foot that I don't want. Just trying to push those off. I think that's it. The black. Now what I can do is speed that up with a hairdryer, which I think I'm going to do for the sake of it. Which is going to be annoying on camera for a minute, but whatever. Light. Now, it's almost looking a little too green. It's going to take a little while to dry. I think where I'm going to put the line, I'm just going to paint like a yard line, like right there, across the front. I did get some on the base that I didn't want to. It will. Might sand that off later and just repaint, but it's not bad. I'm just kind of paint it like it's coming over. But that's pretty much. I mean, I think that's where I want to be with it. Let me take some of this ivory from Vallejo, and I am just gonna kind of take a junky old brush, kind of like this. Well, maybe too much. And kind of tap a line across. I wonder if my that's what's going on. My white balance. Let me check one thing. Okay. That's better. I'm not going to get some of that problem. Okay. Dip this in a little water. That's too much. Yep. Need more. Move this down. I don't think you can see what I'm doing. The way it's coming out of the water, you need to shake it a little more. Almost there. There we go. This brush might be bad for this. Yeah, I'm not getting the line I want. So I'm just going to kind of use this one. I'm going to paint it kind of crooked so that it doesn't look like he's standing straight. Maybe put another one back here. Is it too much? I'll just tap a little here. He's standing in the middle of two. Kind of break that one up. There. Probably should be a little thicker than that. I want it to look a little slightly damaged. It's supposed to be chalk, you know. It's not going to stay there forever. Let's kind of push it around. Has to dry. Yeah, the glue's still wet, so it's not perfect yet. But that's where we are. And I'm going to take a tiny this mud that I used the other day. And just this stuff. See, I'm going to get a little bit because I feel like if I have this kind of hang over a little bit, it's going to look a little cooler. I can hit that with some other mistake areas. Yeah, right there. So if I take this, just put a little extra hanging over. Just got some on this toe. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe a little over here. Clean that off. This jar's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but they're okay. Oh, just stuck the camera with it. So there's that. Kind of hanging off the bottom. Put this back. Try it a bit. Okay. See a little there. Go back to some Agrax. On here, so when it dries, it kind of blends into the rest of it. And that is about all she wrote on this. Just tap some brown in there. Break up the color a little. Okay, I think that's it. And there's my troll. I think I'm happy with it. I'm going to just tap some of this brown on top. There, make that even a little darker. If I go back and reactivate just a tiniest bit, this yellow. One last just little Well, someone's having fun outside. And yeah, I think this could do it. Dumb, I gotta be careful there. And that's it, I think. Only thing I'm kind of not happy with, I gotta find some of this red. There's one little spot right here. Looks better. All right, I think I'm gonna call that done. And there you have it. I think it's it. My little troll. There it is. Brought back from the dead of being an old vintage Blood Bowl troll to looking actually halfway decent. So cool. That's all I got for tonight. I think I'm gonna go back and do some touch ups, just some minor little things like on the base here and stuff. But that looks pretty good. I'll probably put some pictures up on Instagram here in a little while and see where we're at. But thanks for joining me on this quick little one miniature adventure, and I'll be back here soon with something else. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm happy with that. If I could only paint it like that in the in the late '80s, early '90s, that would have been great. Cool. Uh-oh. I just noticed there's some gunk on his eyebrow that must have just got there. There we go. It was from the mud. All right. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.